Good morning, class. I hope you're all doing good. In the last lecture, we saw about what a hobby is, how to choose a hobby, and how to turn a hobby into a successful career. I hope you all found it interesting. And then we also saw about a person called Money on how he chose his hobby despite of his challenging factors and how he overcome his problems and the steps he took to make his hobby a successful career. So in today's lecture we are going to deal with two other more inspiring people on how they chose their hobbies, the difficulties they had, the steps they followed, and how they turned their hobby to a successful career and got a lot of achievements. So, without wasting time, let's get into the topic. So, today we're going to deal with the section 2. I'm going to study about the person called Ajay Kumar. So, from seeing from the textbook, you can see the picture that he's painting, and you can identify that he is a talented painter. But let me tell you, the suspense is yet to begin. He's not just a talented painter, he had so much of things going on. So first let's know about the background of Ajay Kumar. Ajay Kumar is born in Jaipur, India. At the age of 3, he met with a terrible injury, and as a result of that injury, he lost his hearing. His parents took him to a lot of hospitals and gave him treatments, but unfortunately they failed and it was no help to Ajay Kumar. As the line in the textbook quotes, his parents tried several hospitals to cure his impairment, but it didn't cure him. The word impairment means disability, not being able to, in a particular thing or group. So the word disability is impairment. So at the age of 3, going through this terrible thing, Ajay Kumar has not lost his hope. At the age of 5, everything turns beautiful. So let's see what happens in between. What happened? One day, his father brought him a paint set and gave it to Ajay Kumar. And as a child, Ajay Kumar took it and he started painting. So what do we usually do when we get something new? We just try it out, right? And if we were a kid, we wouldn't even care for a proper platform to try it on. We'll just do it wherever we could. So exactly, that is what Ajay Kumar did. When his father gave him a paint set, he was only 3 years old. So he started painting all over his floor, wall, and everything he could see. And there, his father realized that this painting was making him happy. And of course, he was very enjoyed and very happy. He was enjoying the painting, the whole experience. So we also know that hobby is something that makes us happy, relaxed, and refreshed, right? So here his father realizes that Ajay Kumar is talented in painting. So that is when the spark begins. So Ajay Kumar didn't stop it right there and he starts to paint. And his family has been encouraging and motivating him. At the age of 5, as I said, something good happens. What happened? One day, a court artist called Sri Suva Lal. She is a court artist from Dolpur, which is in Rajasthan. She sees his painting and she's fascinated. She's taken away and she's very impressed with his art. He's just a 5-year-old kid and she's very impressed with his work. And what she does, she takes Ajay Kumar with her and she starts training him. So basically, she's a court artist, which means that she is refined in art. So she trains Ajay Kumar. Ajay Kumar starts his education with her and he completes it successfully. And then Ajay Kumar had another option. He also wanted to try tailoring. So we saw in the first lecture, right? It is not only good to have one straight stream of hobby. We have to try different things, right? So we saw it. So the same way Ajay Kumar tried tailoring, but unfortunately for Ajay Kumar, it didn't work. He's not very happy with tailoring. So he switches back to his painting. But that is not the case with everyone. Sometimes you think that this hobby is very entertaining and you're relaxed and it's refreshing. But when you try different things, you might learn new things about it. There are chances that you might be into it more than your past hobby. your new hobby can make more difference in your life. So it's always good to try different hobbies or different things basically. So this is what Ajay Kumar is doing, but unfortunately, as I said, it doesn't make him happy. So he went back to painting. And what happens? There is this talented artist in town, Asha Devi. She is the guru of Ajay Kumar. So Ajay Kumar joins as an apprentice of Asha Devi. And then Asha Devi does a very beautiful thing in Ajay Kumar's life. She teaches him the old and dying art of traditional Indian miniature painting. So this is not just a small thing. Old in itself can be gold, as we know in the proverb. So this particular art is dying, which means it's extincting, and it's not been circulating around like in the olden days. It's a very beautiful art which is dying. So basically, it has a lot of demand and more of beauty in it. So this person, the guru, Asha Devi, she teaches Ajay Kumar this old dying art, which is a traditional Indian miniature painting. So normally we know that the traditional Indian painting in itself is a beauty. We can just stare at it for like some 5 minutes straight without blink. So she teaches him a miniature painting. What a miniature painting is, a very small of its kind. For example, if you do it in a 15 centimeter into 15 centimeter a painting, you know the small scale length, right? So that is like a normal canvas, or there are even bigger canvas than it. But she teaches him miniature, which is a very small painting. Basically, his brush has only one hair in it, so you can think how small it is. We normally see the paintbrush with some very thick hair in it or a little thinner hair in it, but if we even like count the tiniest painting brush we have, it might have around like some 50 hairs, right? So you think, if he is painting with a brush that has only one hair, and how small would that painting be? How smallest line could he paint? How finest line he could paint with it? And there's another interesting fact that Ajay Kumar paints using a magnification glass. So basically, a magnifying glass. Magnifying glass is used to make an object seem bigger, like to make it zoomed. As here, Ajay Kumar is doing this miniature art. He is using a magnifying glass to see the painting in close and to make it like in a wider, a bigger version for him to see the details and to do the details. And Ajay Kumar, as he's very talented, he's been accomplished in the artistry of the traditional Indian miniature art. As Asha Devi has taught him this old dying art, and he also has been accomplished in it, accomplished, successful, or fulfilled in the pursuit of something. So he's been accomplished in this miniature art, where now he can even draw a painting in a rice, a grain of rice. So we all know how small a rice is, right? Just one grain of rice. It's like some three ants combined. It's that small. So now Ajay Kumar has the gift to draw in a grain of rice. He can even draw that minute painting. So you guys can even give it a try. You can't straightly go to drawing in a grain of rice, but you can like start with a canvas and then make it smaller, and you can try it definitely. If you're a very creative person, you can even start from a little smaller canvas and then just reduce the size as you go on. And then what happens, as Ajay Kumar has accomplished his artistry in the miniature art, one day Ajay Kumar exhibits his work, and what happens is he's been exhibiting 150 of his painting, in which 144 has been sold out. That is a really big thing. Like 144 painting out of 150 to be sold out is a really big thing. Just 6 paintings have been left out. That is not a very bad thing. Like generally, only when it's fascinating, it's really fascinating, people tend to buy an art. So here we can see that almost like more than 90% of his artwork has been sold out. It's incredible thing. And he also doesn't stop just there. He does a lot more incredible things. He goes throughout India in display of his artwork, and then he starts his pursuit to, to show his artwork not only throughout India, but then his journey also continues throughout United States, United Kingdoms, and in 2004, Ajay Kumar was awarded a National Award of Accomplishment from the Indian President, our former Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So, receiving an award from the former president, you know how honorable it is. So, we also remember that he was a person with his disability of hearing, right? So he just doesn't stop only with painting, but he's also very actively involved in the welfare of people with hearing impairments, that is, people with hearing disabilities in India. He is also an executive member of the Deaf and Dumb Association in Rajasthan. He also gives free training to hearing impaired children in Jaipur as well as children in an orphanage in Gandhi Nagar, Jaipur. So we can see how beautifully a person with a disability, through so much of challenges in his life, he has made a remarkable, outstanding performance with what he's got. So, so here in the story, we can know that he has chose his hobby carefully. He knows that he is talented in it, capable with it, and he has chose the right path. And he didn't stop it right there. Though there was some luck, you can't call it a luck, maybe a chance there. His work has been seen by the right person, and he had just pursued his goal by following the right path for him. Ajay Kumar still has one goal in his life, which is to revitalize the dying art of traditional miniature painting. Revitalizing means to bring back or re-energizing. So this painting has been old and it's dying, as we learn. So his aim is to bring it to a full form, to teach to a lot of people, and to stop from extinction, stop this dying art from extinction. So from this particular person called Ajay Kumar, we can see that if we can choose a proper hobby or a passion and work with real hard work and dedication, we can turn the hobby to a successful career. I hope the story of Ajay Kumar was inspiring, and you people could have been inspired from him, and even some of you might have taken your brushes in hand. Okay, it's very good. Now let's move to another inspiring story about a person called Ilavarasi, which is in the section 3. So in this section 3, we're going to see about, as I said, a person called Ilavarasi. Something might shock you. She is a champion in carom. So we all used to play the game carom board when our family members get together or our friends get together. It's a small game that 4 of us used to gather together and play, right? So have you ever thought that this game can be a life changer? We just play for fun, right? But here is a person, actually her father is determined and he badly wanted to win and achieve through this game, but unfortunately due to his family situations, he wasn't able to. So he has passed the aim down to his daughter, and through his daughter he has achieved. So let's see about the story in detail. But remember one thing, with hard work and passion, when you chase your dream, you will be successful. Alright. Irudaya Raj is Elavalagi's father. He was a district level champion in carom. His dream shattered since his family did not encourage and support him. Though he had a good reputation in the field he chose to, but due to his family's lack of support, he wasn't able to accomplish it. So what he does is he used to put her daughter on the carom board while she listened to the sound of striker and coins. So here basically what is happening is his father, just because he wasn't able to accomplish his dream, so he's been trying to make his daughter inspire his dream. And in other turn, he's making his daughter achieve the dream that he dreamed. So he's been training her very well. Since a 2 year, he's been taking her all around while he's been playing matches. She's been listening to the sound of the striker and the coins. So remember, since her 2 year, he's been carrying her with him to all the tournaments or to any local clubs that he's been going to play. And then he just didn't stop it there. He also started to train her, to coach her. And what happens one day, when she was 5 years old, his father called her on a match with her. These both have a match, and she won the match. So basically, here the daughter wins her father in carom board, and this gave her so much of confidence. And this confidence led her to the victory of so much cups, including the Asian Cup, the SARC Cup, and the World Championship. Let's see a little background study of Ilavalagi. Her father, Irudayaraj, is a fish cart driver who transport materials like pipes to make a living for his family. They have 3 children. So they are a family of 5 members, and they're living in a small one-roomed apartment. They are living in a place called Vyasarpadi in Chennai. What happens? It's a very small home to accommodate this family. And then when Ilavalagi starts winning all the trophies, the home is not big enough to keep them. There are trophies everywhere. Like they start storing their trophies underneath their bed, and then at one point they start distributing it to their neighbors and also to relatives. The family used to finance the trips, so that had been a little bit difficulty. Though she had been playing for the state for almost like 14 years, and she has been given a statement, "Victory follows me." Ilavalagi is now a proud member of Tiruvallur District Carom Association, and she also represents India at the Carom World Championship and also an Asian Championship. So we can see how her father has passed on the dream through her daughter and achieved in it. So this person called Ilavalagi, though she's coming from a tough and a critical background, she has never give up, and the determination has made her successful. And she has won like so much of awards. She has also traveled around the world, and she's won so much awards. She has won like 5 World Championship awards in France, women's single title in the 37th National Carom Championship, 13th SAR Carom Championship, 2 times in SAR Carom Championship women's single title, World Cup winner, and like so many. She's won in both singles and doubles, and she has made her family obviously proud. She has a total of 260 medals, out of which 106 are gold, 17 medals are silver, and 12 are bronze, which is in the national competition. And she has won 111 gold, 9 and 5 bronze medal in the international tournaments. So here in the story of Ilavalagi, we can see her hobby of playing carom board has taken her to a level of winning the world championship. So through this two inspiring, aspiring stories, we can see that our hobbies are not just for entertainment and fun and relaxing, but they can turn or alter or determine our future and make them successful if we put hard work and determination to it. So dear students, I hope you have followed the lesson throughout, and of course the stories are inspiring. I hope they inspired you to choose a hobby, pick a hobby that is useful, and I hope you design a beautiful future. Choose your hobby carefully and work towards the goal. So, dear students, in this quarantine, don't waste of time. Decide on something that you have passion to and work on it, and also pray for a country, nation, the whole world too. Thank you. We'll meet